Okay, let's do it. Hey guys, welcome to Spotfest. JJ Brownlee, Jamie Faulkner coming at you here. We've had a busy couple days ourselves.
Very much so. Let's do it.
So if we're a little loopy tonight, that's why. I don't remember how much. It's weird. A couple years of, a 5-minute commute to your living room, and all of a sudden, this whole going to the office thing, I'm like, I don't know about this anymore.
I don't miss it.
Don't miss it one bit.
I mean, I do miss the interaction with people. Human interaction is something I covet and need, actually, as it's because I'm an extrovert. But yeah, don't miss it. Don't miss it.
Yeah, Jamie and I have we've had meetings and such in the summit in our office this week. So that's anyway. So if we're a little loopy, that's probably why. You had yourself a big ass dinner though, didn't you? Didn't your boss take you out to dinner tonight?
I couldn't go because Jen got called into work.
Oh.
Or I was gonna have a ribeye steak, and it was just gonna be.
I was just gonna say Jen owes you a ribeye then.
Yeah. I'm the one who makes the ribeyes in this house.
Okay, well, touche. Well, we'll figure it out. AEW served us up some choice beef tonight.
They definitely did. I mean,
yeah.
I don't even know where to start with this one. I do want to do a quick shout out. I don't know if you saw this, but they got approved for a third wrestling show.
They did? And I have no idea what that means.
It's going on True TV. Guarantee it.
Probably. And here's okay. Let's play Fantasy Booking Island. Fantasy Programming Island. Okay.
Fantasy Programming. So it's not Mark Stradamus. It's
different. Right. We're not going down that route here. What would you like to see it be?
A women's show.
Okay. I'd like to see a Saturday show.
I would like to see a Tuesday night instead of dark women's wrestling show on
Okay.
True TV.
I like that idea. I was thinking a harken old throwback to Saturday Night Main Event sort of thing, but
Yeah. This day and age, man, Saturday shows don't go over.
well, they don't. There's people out doing things there, and it's football or it's so I like that idea, women's show. Well, anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. For those of you joining us in live, hello, welcome. There's some weird stuff going on with YouTube. I know. If you are
this is happening 6 days ago. It's like
I have no idea what's going on. So
Days of Future Past going on here.
So if you are watching it, I mean, I am wearing my throwback. Maybe that's throwing back the clock on our YouTube stream. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
No, like literally, we were stressing. We almost busted a beat on it. Like for real. Shout out to Crystal for that little nugget.
Man, you got that like 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes in.
What can I say? I have skills.
Okay, all right.
Terrible skills, but I got skills.
We understand what skills
interweave things.
We do appreciate you guys though watching us. Any sort of YouTube issues aside, if you catch us on the replay, whether it is on Spotify or on YouTube or whatever else, thank you for watching. You can join us in the conversation by hitting the comments down below. If you are live, we are definitely chatting there. I looked at our settings there and I tweeted so I don't think the chat's going to be as delayed, Jamie, this time. We'll see though. I don't know, and let's get right to it. Because who else has skills is the young wrestlers in AEW. 4 of them in particular, long been referred to as the pillars of AEW, which I think you and I actually came up with that first, technically.
Technically, yes. We absolutely. I'm claiming ownership rights of that for us.
Chronologically, that's a total Spotfest term, but we'll let you guys keep it, AEW.
For now. But we demand one interview from somebody on the active roster. Preferably Evil Uno. Or Stu Grayson. God, I wish he's on. Yeah, I
who I want? I just want Ruby Soho. Hey, Ruby.
Of course you do. But she's not big on the interviews. But anyway, the show.
So let's start where they started. Yeah, because I think that's great.
Why don't you go ahead and lead into the bar mitzvah?
The bar mitzvah is fantastic, which is I love the fact that during the actual bar mitzvah, the first part of it there, which MJF comes out with 4 women, right? And is it a shoot that he's legit not engaged anymore?
I don't know.
Okay.
He keeps talking about he's single and all that on the past 2 shows, so I'm thinking maybe he is single again.
I think it's a shoot. I mean, I really do. Anyway, comes out with 4 women, each of them kiss him on the cheek, and except for the last one who he makes out with, and he does the whole bar mitzvah thing. I love it how Excalibur was spouting bar mitzvah and Jewish, did you knows throughout the whole thing. like technically a bar mitzvah happens when you're 83. Just going to town on it, and that was fun and all. And it wasn't too out of the ordinary of an MJF. Make fun of your town promo and the whole bit, right? But he's going to town about it. And then music hits. I'm like, okay, we're going to find out who his next challenger is. It's Jungle Boy's music, which I was perplexed at first.
JP, baby.
He says he's going after singles titles. Okay, sure. I was a little perplexed by that. I go,
Yeah. Jamie didn't like it at all.
And then then he gets in the ring, gets a mic, and Sammy's music hit. I go, I see what they're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Sammy,
yeah. And then here comes Darby.
To the biggest pop of any of them by far.
Which to be fair, we collectively shit on Darby Allin. Just because he is the same guy.
Mostly.
Okay. his style, and he even hit it on the head. He's like, I'm just gonna be the same guy all the time.
Uh-huh.
Very obvious that that's the case with his wrestling style, but he had the best promo of the night out of those guys.
He did. So, the 4 pillars and 4 corners of the ring, right? And what do you guys want? All 3 of them? We want a title shot, right? So it appears that Tony's fast track in this future programming, which I commend him for, to be real. Just like I think it's a good idea to keep the long-term play of Ricky Starks out there. I think it's fine. Move the needle forward. WWE didn't start winning until the Monday Night Wars until they did that too, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Bret Hart, but they really didn't start winning until they promoted, went forward with Rock, Stone Cold. Undertaker was already up there, but
Triple H, yeah.
Triple H. So they each take a turn going there. Jungle Boy's was not bad either. Jungle Boy's promo was not terrible as far as Jungle Boy goes.
Well, that's fair. If you're going off of Jungle Boy standards, it was his best promo of all time.
It was him talking. I have to use his past work as proof positive.
Yeah. I mean, I love his in-ring ability. That's the thing. Like, just don't give that boy a mic. He's so good out, like, in the ring. He's got to get better at some point in time. They want him to be a true star. So, Did Taker ever really get good on the mic?
Well, his character never needed it.
Exactly. You can do the same thing. Jungle Boy, a boy from the jungle. He doesn't know how to speak. Done. It's like
just goes into like full like Brendan Fraser. Congrats, Brendan Fraser, on an Oscar.
That's where I was going with it.
Yeah,
well done, sir. Yeah,
Encino Man shit on him, and
the story writes itself, guys.
I mean, he's from L.A., so anyway, he speaks. Sammy speaks. Sammy and Max exchange sharp barbs at each other. I had one of them written down here, actually.
It was at the you're gonna get engaged again in another 7 months.
Well, he tells Max to shut up before he turns his rebar mitzvah into a recircumcision. And when Max is addressing them, he refers to Sammy as Mr. I'm gonna get engaged to another woman in 7 months, which I thought was fantastic. And then he shoots on Max, which is why I asked if it's a shoot that he's not.
I feel like it is. I think that they definitely agreed upon that before.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, him and Tay are obviously married, but yeah.
True. And anyway, so they do that, and then Darby speaks. And he starts off, and I'm with you. I'm like, oh, God, Darby, here we go, right? He's in the corner, kind of all scrunched up. He starts talking about how AEW is the only place for him because of the story about him dropping out of film school and all that. I go, all right, that's not bad. But you're right. When it came down to it, he had the best promo, which proves he doesn't need Sting as a crutch. And even though he's going to do the same goddamn match every single time, we know this.
Yeah.
He's going to sell 1 million t-shirts too. Cool.
He is. He's a draw. He's a draw.
He could be a good character for them if they just give him a little bit of, leeway. Like tonight, I thought was much better for his character than I've seen from him in the past 18 months.
Oh, 100%. And the barb that he sent out to half the people in the locker room bitching about everything on Twitter.
Yes.
I died. I popped so hard for that. I'm like that rang so hard in that locker room too. Like just calling out
somebody
everybody.
Was not happy with that too, and went to Tony immediately as well. Somebody was bitching.
Can't believe he said
What's
that.
What's this little guy doing?
On Twitter.
So
hashtag the show's brought to you by Twitter. No. It's not.
At the end of it, they kind of all get in a fracas. MJF goes into a cake. This is the way they're going, it looks like here, which is
I don't like it though.
Would you rather have MJF in a definitive kind of, path line or?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I understand why they're doing it because of the other stuff going on right now, and I am 100% for it. I feel like they could be dropping the bag with Ricky Starks right now. I am concerned that they're trying to push Sammy, who basically has been living mid-card life behind Chris Jericho for the past 2 years, And you have Darby, who's been in the shadows, Sting, and all these guys like who've been in the shadows coming out live, like, oh, hey, we're gonna challenge for this, when there's been no real semblance of them earning it. It's kind of like what they've done with Jade Cargill previously, like, oh, hey, I'm gonna challenge for it now. Oh, I'm gonna challenge you now. Oh, hey, I'm
Right.
gonna challenge you now. It has that kind of vibe to me. Though I get what they're doing, I understand what it's gonna do longevity wise. I just don't like it right now. That's
Okay.
all.
And I don't think any one of them is going to be immediately up for a title shot. I think that intermittently you're going to have some fantastic matches between this mixture of characters. I mean, give me a Jungle Boy and Sammy match every night. That's going to be a fucking stellar match. So
Please.
I don't mind what they're going with it because I feel like it may be a bit premature, like you said, just because of where they are currently as far as the card is concerned, other than MJF.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't necessarily disagree with the idea because at some point in time, you're going to have to get here, or you'll have these four pillars who never really materialized but there's a single pillar out there, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going off this four pillar mentality, push the pillars.
I mean, I've long said I don't think they're the pillars anymore. I don't consider Sammy a pillar anymore. But if they're gonna do it, just go for it. Just go for it.
Go for it, And I don't feel like they're dropping the ball with Ricky Starks. I feel like they're being much more calculated. I believe that they know, or they think what I think, that is the big draw in like 2 years. Like MJF, Ricky at All Out, 2025.
I agree.
Yeah, it'll be like Rock Austin at 17.
Finally getting their hands on each other.
Yeah, I feel like that's the long-term play.
Though Rock and Austin wrestled 7 times before that. But
okay, Vince, we know. 50-50 booking.
Hey. But okay, so do you want to go chronologically? Because the next thing sets up the end.
We can do it that way if you want. I mean,
so the next thing was the 6-man. It was a 6-man tag. It wasn't for the trios main event. It was a 6-man tag of the Blackpool Combat Club going up against the Dark Order, the real Dark Order, Evil Stuno, and Adam Hangman Page. And all I have to say about this match is one thing only, and you hit it right on the head. Stu.
Be Stu, my beating heart.
Like, why they let him go and why they haven't pushed those two guys as a top tag team boggles my ever-loving mind.
They had a bad booking break at the beginning when they came in.
They did, but then they got hot and they could have rode it and got them titles and all those things. They never did. They went with everybody else.
Close, but they didn't get all the way through. And I feel if they got all the way through, they could have survived. It sounds terrible. Could have survived past Brody Lee's passing better than just being the loving shtick, right?
Yeah, and my thought is this: they showed out. They showed out. Uno's showed out lately too. Uno looks great. Like Uno, dropped some weight. People are still bashing him because he's a thick dude. Whatever. Who gives a shit, man? Like that just drives me nuts. Homeboy can wrestle, and you add him and Stu together. My goodness, that is a tag team for tag teams. I want to see them and FTR for the titles at All Out. Let's book it now.
There you go.
If you haven't noticed, I've already given the belts to FTR.
Yeah, it is a matter of time. Let's be honest. Sorry, guns. I feel like first of all, true that. I hope to God. I haven't been on Twitter since the show ended, so I don't know for sure if Stu is back, or if this was just a one-time Canadian thing.
They did not do the Stu Grayson as All Elite. They did that for somebody else, which we can talk about.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute here. I figured they wouldn't, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Everything in my being tells me this was just a one-time thing because they're in Canada.
I hope not. I hope he's back. He's
I
so
hope
damn
he's
good.
back too. I feel like the tag team division could use it. I feel like they're doing some stuff with Hangman where the Dark Order could still have legs if they had him. We'll have to see. They have not been beyond the, kind of reoccurring bit as well. So even if he's not fully back, if he's back in a bigger capacity more frequently, I would take that for the time being.
Yeah. 100% agree with that statement. It's just, is he back? I want him back. I want him back like so bad. I love him. He is a freak athlete and he deserves to be there. And the pop he got was literally, so here's the thing. There were 3 enormous pops. Mm-hmm. He was one of them.
Yeah. And, they were chanting for him to get into the match.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it's a Canadian crowd. It's whatever. I feel like it's bigger than that, though. I genuinely do. I know I'm a little biased and I'm a Dark Order fanboy, but you nailed it on the head. Evil's been putting up on the mic in the ring. That's evident. It's got some legs. Let's see where they run with it, if they run.
Yeah. Like, let's make it happen, Captain.
Well, we were wondering, speaking of Canadians, we were wondering very, very, very much who's going to challenge Jade. Who?
Hold on. Okay. So I need to ask you this. I've been dying because I saw this and I want to know what you thought.
Okay.
When you saw the local competitor in there, did you get pissed?
Yes.
Oh, dude, I was so fired up. I'm like, are you seriously doing this to us? You're giving her a local competitor?
Nicole Matthews, who Evil Uno does his best to put her over, talking about she wrestled in Shimmer and this and that and all these things. And I'm like, I've never heard of this woman in my life.
Yeah, I got to give it up to Excalibur. He tried, man.
He tried hard. But no, already in the ring, a local competitor. Not even local. She's from fucking Vancouver, but whatever. 2-minute match, if that. Squash, boom.
And then Jade got the mic and she got all up in Renee's face like, you're Canadian, and then some new music hit and it was exactly who we thought it was gonna be, and Taya Valkyrie. And I will have to say her entrance song is fire. I need to find out what it is because it was so good. But then she got up in her face like she's one of the very few women in that locker room can go toe to toe, eye to eye with Jake. Because she's a tall drink of woman, and she is built like a brick shit house as well.
Built, man. She is tall. She's broad. She's also athletic for her size too.
Yeah,
she's got a lot of Beth Phoenix qualities of her.
Just like 5 inches taller.
Yeah. Beth Phoenix was more powerhouse, but she's got a lot of kind of some Beth Phoenix bits in her. But she's also got a lucha pass.
Well, she does the glam slam, so
I know she does, which she did, or jaded as Jade calls.
Yeah, so it's jaded. So there's a glam slam, jaded, and welcome to Valhalla, which is the better name of all of them.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. It's also referred to as the Implant Buster if you're back in Awesome Kong days.
Awesome Kong to the Implant Buster, which is the second best
great name too.
especially for the time.
Oh, 100%. When she was doing it on the beautiful people, it was like, boom. Taya Valkyrie
did pop one of them.
I know.
Like, legit, she did.
She did. Taya Valkyrie's All Elite. That is confirmed.
All Elite confirmed. We were retweeted, so it's fact. Okay, it's not fact until we retweet it. Okay,
just so you know. So that's good. I mean, it's another body in the women's division. Yes,
absolutely.
But I feel it's the right body.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is the move. This is the person to get the belt off of Jade and give Jade something else to do.
I believe Taya could take the belt off her. When you're
She's believable.
I hate to say this like this, but when you're pulling in Willow and Sky Blue,
Willow's believable, but Sky Blue's not.
Willow could be, yes, but the other ones, it's just like I just don't, because of the way that they propped up Jade. You need somebody with some credence behind their history, right? And she's not just an indie darling, Taya. She's long time in TNA and Impact, in WWE. I mean, she has done the circuits. AAA. She's a former AAA Reina de Reinas champion. I think 3-time.
3 times. Trace times.
Is it Trace? I thought it was 2 or 3. I know, but
Yes.
I mean, she went up against Deonna Purrazzo, one of my favorite matches from last year for the Reina de Reinas championship. It was stellar. Go look it up. If you don't follow AAA wrestling, what is wrong with you? You need to go look that match up.
Yeah. I'm really, really excited about her coming in. Mm-hmm. She is the one. I Mark Stradamus stamp. If I had a hat, I would wear it to say
one day you might get a hat. Who knows, man?
Someday. But she's the one.
So, speaking of the one, I am very glad that they also let us know that what happened in Chicago last year with New Japan wasn't the one time the Forbidden Door is going to be open.
I know.
Forbidden Door, dos. I don't know. I don't speak Japanese. I'm sorry.
Ichi ni.
Forbidden Door 2 is going to be, while Jamie looks up the Japanese pronunciation of 2, is going to be June 25th in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Which,
yeah, it's knee. I was right.
You got it.
Oh, yeah.
Forbidden Door knee is going to be June 25th. So a month, give or take, after Full Gear. No, not Full Gear. Son of a bitch. Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing.
In
I will
Toronto.
be in Colorado.
You'll be in Colorado. That's good.
I can't fly. I can't fly to Toronto.
We got too many trips we're doing already because we have another Colorado trip that you and I are doing. Plus, we're looking at going all out. My bank accounts I don't need another one in there.
Yeah.
They're gonna
that would be a fun one.
They're gonna combine that, follow up that with a kind of a leg in Canada. So after that, they're going to go to Hamilton, the booking place of one Ethan Page.
Yes.
And then the following week, they're going to be in Edmonton, which is a great wrestling city, too. So
absolutely. Canadians love 3 things, and it is very evident tonight. Beer, hockey, wrestling.
Poutine.
Oh, that's not. That's not. They love.
That's not all of them. That's only the very easternmost. You're right, but
yes,
that poutine is fantastic.
All of them. Poutine
Timmy Hortons, so definitely. I'm sorry, I'm going off on Canada here. Yes,
I've never had Timmy Hortons.
It's fine.
I don't drink coffee, so yeah.
They have really Tim Hortons. We're going off here, guys. Okay, all right.
There are.
Timmy Hortons is more than coffee. Starbucks is a coffee first place, right? 100%, right? They've got other shit. They've got the refreshers. They got some breakfast sandwiches that are pretty bomb. Timmy Hortons is like you take Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, and your favorite convenience store, and you put them all in a blender, and out comes a Tim Hortons. Like their food, their pastries and sandwiches and all that stuff is almost worth the trip as much as just getting a cup of coffee. Man, it is really fucking stellar. They have them in the very northernmost U.S. So you can go up to Minnesota, up in northern parts of Minnesota. And in the Northeast, I've got some Tim Hortons that have kind of come down. Michigan, I think, has got a few, especially in the UP.
In the UP, yeah.
But I digress. I'm sorry about that. So
yeah. So let's get away from there and let's get to QTV.
What were you?
I want to talk about QTV.
This was.
I'm going low key. I hate to say it. I loved it. I loved it so much because it was so damn funny. It made fun of whatever the hell that is.
It was TMZ.
TMZ. Thank you.
It was a TMZ
made
ripoff.
fun of it. Perfect. Like everything down to like they're the ones who broke into Wardlow's stuff and like, you know, MJF stole his momentum. Like, oh my God. Yeah.
And then they started throwing
winner,
like
chicken dinner.
massive shade at, I'm talking like big name massive shade. Started comparing him to Batista if he never amounted to anything. And started throwing like big old like Fed names at him. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, they don't care.
What?
It was hilarious.
Did not give a fuck. And I didn't know what QTV was going to be. And I'm glad it was what it was.
It was amazing. I'm sorry, like I saw it and I wanted to hate it because like QT Marshall drives me nuts. But oh my God, it was so good. Oh, does anybody disagree? Let us know because I loved it.
I really thought it was going to be another like stupid ass like talk show bit, right?
Yeah, same. 100%. I had that same thing that like when they did the TMZ thing, he sit there with his water, like, oh, here we go.
So I liked it.
So, arguably before the main event, this could have been match of the night because this was a really damn good match, and that's the AEW International Championship, not to be confused with the All Atlantic Championship because it got an upgrade.
Thank you, Shazam, to Fury of the Gods, by the way, for upgrading the title.
Yes, thank you, Shazam. To Fury of the
Way to go,
Gods.
Zachary Levi. Yeah,
comes out Friday. Check your local theaters for times.
Yep. You can always go to Buy More. You can always go to Buy More and get the DVD eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
The Zachary Levi joke. Okay, sorry. There's only 4 matches in the night, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, there weren't many because
that last one was a half-hour match,
and it deserved every last second of it.
So let's talk about the International, which I know you are ecstatic for the title name change.
Yeah. It sounds very much like Intercontinental.
I like the thought we mentioned last week too. You're making this really the secondary belt, and the TNT, the TV title, is almost developmental. I like that. The match was great. It was. Orange Cassidy doesn't really do bad matches. Really,
he doesn't. I cannot remember where I saw. Oh man, that was a bad match. It had Orange Cassidy in it.
Yeah.
I don't think he does them.
I mean, because he can do the comedy shtick, he can do real good wrestling. And Jeff Jarrett, as much as you hate him, and I just like seeing him on my TV.
I do.
He's still Jeff Jarrett, and Jeff Jarrett been in the business for so long for a reason. Let's be real. Okay,
so Jeff's like close to 60, right? If not 60.
He doesn't need to be wrestling anymore. I agree with you, but
Homeboy can still go. It was very evident in this match he can go. And I don't know if you noticed, I noticed, but his gear looked oddly familiar.
It looked very familiar. I couldn't put my finger on it.
Team Canada.
Yeah, Team Canada gear. That's amazing. I was like,
I looked it up. I was trying to figure it out.
It was like floating around the front of my cerebrum, and I just thank you.
I'm like, I've seen this before, and then I googled Team Canada, Jeff Jarrett. I'm like, oh, there's one where he had the white variant, the red with the black, and then the black with the red.
Right.
It's not the same gear, but it looks almost identical to it.
Similar, right? I hope it's not the same gear. I mean, that's just 20 years old.
I mean. Yeah, that's fair. But no, excellent match. The Satnam Singh and all of them got kicked out. Then Jay Lethal comes in. And Jay Lethal, was Jay Lethal, I forgot. I've already forgot. Was he Shockmaster? Was he the one cosplaying as Shockmaster?
No, because whoever in the stands was cosplaying as Shockmaster. I mean, Jay Lethal is a pretty fit black man. And this was a full Shockmaster cosplay. So a larger white person with Sans shirt with the vest on. There's no way Jay Lethal was cosplaying as Shockmaster, which physics don't allow.
By the way, the announce team went ham on this. Like,
Taz lost it.
Taz was like, wait, you've seen that guy before, haven't you? And then Tony Schiavone's like, yeah, he fell through a wall or something. It's so good. I'm like, oh my god, they were like totally making fun of it, just like everybody else does.
I mean, first of all, I can't believe I'm saying this 2023. That's probably the best Shockmaster cosplay I've ever seen. Okay.
For real though, like
That statement really came out of my mouth. Okay, whatever.
whoever had seeing Shockmaster cosplay at AEW Dynamite on their bingo card, please let us know.
And please know we're going to chip in and buy you lottery tickets for you to go pick up because no, Jay Lethal came out with a sling. He was doing the whole sell the arm thing, which I felt he sold a little too hard after the match last week anyway.
Of course.
It just is what it is. But no, he was selling that. And then after Aubrey made the save and kicked out Satnam and Sanjay. Surprise, surprise! Jay Lethal's arm is fine. He's got the Golden Globe, which he smacks Cassidy with.
Yeah, but Cassidy kicks out! Kicks out!
At 2.
He hits the Orange Punch. Orange Cassidy is still your international champion. Very excited about it. Excellent match. I have to give Jeff Jarrett all the props. I'm going to publicly say, Jeff Jarrett, I am sorry that I doubted your in-ring ability. I still hate you as a person and your promos, but you can still work in the ring. Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
But please don't do it as much. Let's not. You had some other stuff going on throughout the night too. So there was you had an Acclaim music video.
That was funny.
It was always good there. I know you had a Juice Robinson promo earlier. Later on, there's a video promo by Ricky Starks back at Juice Robinson, how he's not afraid of the Bullet Club, and basically invites the whole Bullet Club without saying that verbatim, which
he sure as shit did, didn't he?
Make you start to think some things, but
like a switchblade or something,
potentially. And then you had there's 4 matches. You only had 1 women's match, 2 minutes, right? Okay. Could have done 2 women's matches, Tony. But at least you gave us an extended in-ring segment with the women's division. So, officially called the Outcasts.
E-girls.
I know you don't like this Outcast at all, right?
E-girls. They're not Outcasts, obviously. They're E-girls.
Technically, if you think about it, if they sell the story right, they could be, because you have released, and fizzled and
almost
released.
Died. Yeah.
So the Outcast moniker does make sense. I don't hate it. There's a lot of worse things they could have been called, but I feel it's a little easy name as well. They were never going to be called the E-Girls officially, but you can go ahead and we'll keep calling them E-Girls on here. All right.
Like it again, writes itself, people. Writes itself.
but they're not going to officially call themselves that, because that is anyway.
That's a straight shot at the WWE.
It is a bridge across the nose. So you have Saraya, Toni Storm, and Ruby Soho, Ruby, in the ring talking more about that. And they all do a fantastic job, kind of saying the same story once again, going about this and all that, and get answered by Canadian tuxedo wearing Jamie Hayter and Britt.
Okay,
Baker.
You saw it too. I love the fact she was
not see it.
Canadian tuxedo.
Both of them, could not see it, and
old Denim Dan,
and they kind of get the jump, and then. Britt pulls off the belt, her Gucci belt, which had the green spray paint from last week, and she's going to beat Ruby with it, and the numbers game catches up. But then they're answered in support by Riho, who got spray painted on Rampage Wednesday after not a match with any of the E-Girls, but against Nyla Rose. But the E-Girls came out and jumped her and spray painted her afterwards. Cool. Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue. So you're making some definitive lines in the sand. At the end of the day, though, you have 3 women in this Outcast E-Girl, whatever faction. Do you think they're going to put more on their side? Absolutely. I know there's one name that you definitely want to say with that. So what do you think?
Okay. So Mark Stradamus
One day we're gonna find you a hat. I swear.
has looked into the future, and Mark Stradamus will foretell the future. In the very near future, Hikaru Shida will join
Mm-hmm.
the E-Girls.
You bet you're still banking that train.
It makes too much sense.
It does, and they got a good storyline, even though she's never been in the WWE, to give justification for that.
Yeah.
She was the champion during the pandemic, and then as soon as the crowds came back, everybody in management, blah, 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 forgot about her, passed the belt along, put her to the wayside. The story lines up.
Yep. That's happening. Calling it now.
Okay.
I say within, when is she back from Japan? Within 3 weeks. 3
Okay.
weeks.
Do you think
And just for the record, Mark Stradamus is right 70% of the time, every time.
is there anybody else other than Hikaru you could see on that line? Because I really can't because of the way they have.
I can. One more.
There's one more potential. Okay.
Former E-Girl as well.
That's who I'm trying to think of, and I can't.
Serena Deeb.
Oh.
The professor. The woman of 1,000 holds, who eventually will face off against the woman of 1,004 holds. They will bring that shtick back,
I hope
and
to
it will
God
be
they do.
glorious someday.
Someday. I'm not gonna lie. Serena Deeb totally slipped my mind because she's been gone for a hot minute there, right? You know.
Yep. She's in the back. She's doing the back stuff right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
But she's so damn good. She is talented. Really
she fits
good.
that line too. Okay.
Sure it is. And you know who else fits that line?
Who does fits that line?
Thunder Rosa.
Okay. I was gonna get down that path. Do you think though, Thunder Rosa? Because it's like Thunder Rosa, she's working hard. She's trying to get back in it. No, she's doing the Smash Announce thing, which is keeping her around. Whenever she is ready to come back, do you see her coming back as part of the E-Girls or as the ultimate kind of? Because I feel like it's more impactful if she comes back as the face's savior, sort of.
I could see it that way, but then you also, if you just
weird to
rewind
have her and Britt on the same side. I know.
But if you rewind the tapes just a little bit, when Jamie was coming to power and Tony was coming to power for sure, the crowds were turning on her. The crowds were turning on Thunder.
They were.
And they could use that. But she's been gone for a minute, so then everybody's gonna forget because
she's never really.
The great thing about wrestling is the short.
Yeah, I hear you. But she's never really been a heel in WWE or in AEW, I should say.
She hasn't. This would be a good opportunity for it. If they don't do Sheeta, Rosa would be an excellent.
Or if they do Sheeta in it like for a minute and then pull her out of it.
Yeah, like her and Riho, because they're bros. I don't know. We'll see. And how about Riho coming out, little 75-pound Riho,
the pipe as big as her.
Yeah, holding a giant ass pipe with pigtails. I'm like, oh, somebody let their little girl in. It's like, oh wait, that's Riho.
Rio is great. She is tiny.
I love Riho though.
But she is
I
great.
love her. She's just cute as a button. She's just adorable, but the homegirl can wrestle like nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
Love her. I really like, if I could say, if there's one woman I want to get pushed right now back to prominence, it's Nyla freaking Rose.
I do too.
I miss Nyla.
I mean, I felt like they had a good angle there too, because she was doing the comedy stick thing, sort of, and they brought that into her like persona. I'm like, that's even better. Like when she stole the belt from Jade and all that, she would have been perfect to take the belt off of Jade at that time.
Oh, 100%. I still think she's a viable, like after Taya takes it, because that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have
Taya and Nia. Perfect.
Oh, for a long ass feud. Make that forever. Perfect. And by the way, I think we should almost start a segment of what did Nyla Rose say on Twitter today.
What did Nyla Rose say on Twitter today?
She goes, John Moxley was in a match and didn't bleed. Is he okay? Do we need to check on him?
Oh
Brought to you
my
by
God.
Nyla Rose.
She's so good. She's so good.
I love Nyla.
All right. So
I want to
2.0.
interview Nyla.
So yeah, I'm still calling them 2.0, but whatever they are, Daddy Magic and Baby Mama,
Rise, yeah.
whoever. They promote against the Acclaim as well. That's what they're. That's
Two
what they're sticking.
Canadians, by the way, 2 Canadians.
Yeah, they're just basically So anyway, they have a match lined up on Friday. So it's them versus the Bollywood Boys. Okay.
Hey, nice to see the Bollywood boys around.
Taya
That's
Valkyrie's
exciting.
making her in-ring debut on Friday. And it's a special start time, by the way. It's whenever basketball's over. It'll be on.
Yeah.
So then, earlier in the night, during the whole QTV thing, Powerhouse Hobbs put an open challenge out for anybody out there, of course, other than Wardlow, for the title this Friday. Surprisingly answered by Ray Phoenix.
Okay, so
He's not going to win, and that's going to make me sad.
it's
but
fine. It's
I
fine.
like the idea of
because
pushing him in a singles capacity.
I do too, because here's the thing. We have been to multiple AEW events.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen them wrestle one time.
It was probably the best time to see them.
It was, but I kind of want to be a little closer. I'm not gonna lie. So,
Touche.
like when you're in Kansas City, just asking for a friend, just asking for a friend. Can we get the Lucha Bros maybe going against? Oh, I don't know. Evil Uno and Stu Grayson in Kansas City in a week.
Tony,
Yeah, it's next week. It's next week.
It's next week, dude. It is.
They went from Canada to Kansas City.
It's less than 7 days away. Next Wednesday,
we're
the only
go live from our car. I'm kidding. No, we're going to
also confirmed for next Wednesday. The only thing that's announced so far for next Wednesday show in Kansas City is a no disqualification match is going to finally happen between Hook and Stokely Hathaway.
I'm actually looking forward to that.
That should be a fun 3 minutes. It's not going to be long.
And you know what?
It'll be fun,
just because we love Heather, who is always on our stuff, and she loves herself some Hook, we will record it on one of our phones, put it up on the Twitters, so you can see the whole thing in entirety as many times as you want on Twitter. You're welcome. Thinking of you.
So let's talk to the meat of the matter. The best match by far. This match.
Oh my god.
And we knew it. Too.
One gripe. I had one gripe. Did you have any gripes? I had one.
I feel like they didn't get the timing right, so the ending felt rushed.
Yeah. Okay. I give you that. My one gripe, pretty simple. Start with 2 people.
Sammy and Daniel?
Yeah, it should be 3. 1 from each team.
Oh.
At all times. At all times.
I
One
agree.
from each.
I agree 100%. 100%. There's Heather. Hey, Heather.
We got you.
I say we try to vial up some of his sweat, but that's a little too creepy, and I just said it.
Yeah.
I agree with you though. Yes, the one. Yeah, I as soon as the words came out of my mouth, I was like, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Moving on. This match was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, House of Black's amazing. House of Black retains, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know. But this match, all the way, was a spot fest. Total spot fest. Ha, trademark. But anyway, it was insane. You had everybody doing everybody's move. Like, everybody got their moves off. There was not one move other than the Meltzer driver. I don't think the Meltzer driver is the only move I saw that didn't get hit.
Yeah.
No, it did. It did. No, yeah, it did get hit. No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. No, they didn't.
No, it didn't. Never mind. Yeah, we
They
got the X
didn't,
Factor.
they didn't do a BTE trigger. They didn't do a Meltzer driver. But it didn't matter. I mean, and we didn't get a one ring and angel. There were several moves that weren't hit there. You did not get a lion tamer.
The tag team. Oh well, we got Walls of Jericho in Winnipeg, so that's fine. But can we talk about the biggest pop of the night though? the biggest pop of the night.
When Jericho, with the first time in the match, when Jericho starts off with Brody King decimating Sammy. Sammy goes to the corner, tags into Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia starts to get his ass handed to him by Brody King. He goes over to his corner. His guys run the fuck away. He goes over to the Elite's corner, and all three of them are like, fuck you, and will walk away.
It was great.
Jericho tags himself in, and then and so Brody lets Malachi get tagged in, right? Malachi walks over past the Elite's corner. Kenny tags. Kenny staring down in the middle of the ring, Chris Jericho. Biggest pop of the night by far.
Oh, by far, because it's the first time in AEW history they're standing across from each other
In their hometowns, which they've never fought each other in their hometown either. You know, it's just
like these two have never crossed paths in AEW, and here they are.
And it gets broken up immediately by the House of Black.
Never mind, they have.
They have not because like Kenny said last week, they've been on separate paths, right? You know.
Yeah. Well, you remember you had the Elite going against.
You had the Elite versus the J or the Inner Circle.
Inner Circle. Yeah.
So you had some overlap with that, but even with that, it wasn't really pronounced, and you didn't really have one-on-one, between the two of them.
Yeah, you never had one-on-one with them. But like that was electric. It
felt special. You had fucking Chris Jericho's dad, Ted Irvine, in the front.
Yeah.
Winnipeg Jet and New York Ranger legend with Ted Irvine in the front row, which is really cool to see as well. Because he was into it. It's cool to see somebody like into his son at the age. It's like, that's fantastic. That was cool.
Yeah. Well, again, he's Canadian. And they like beer, hockey, wrestling.
Poutine and tinny horns.
Those are on the like list.
They circled back to it several times too, and we actually did get squared off for good. It's okay. I like how they squared off, and that was fun. And then there were moments there where they teamed up, specifically against Brody King.
Against Brody King, yeah, I agree.
But this match had a little bit of everything. I mean, you had Malachi being Malachi. House of Black looked ridiculous. You had Young Bucks doing Young Buck things. I know you can't stand Sammy, but my God, the talent on Sammy Guevara.
Exactly. Like, I hate him as a human being, but homeboy can wrestle. Like, yeah.
So
God, I can't stand Sammy. I can't stand Sammy.
So again, my biggest gripe with it, I agree with you on the front end, though, because there's two types of, multi-team, multi-man. I prefer when they have one from each in there. Same as you.
I think it makes it a lot more dynamic. You can do a lot cooler stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just a fan of it. But the big story of this was at the tail end of the match, while the match was ending, the Blackpool Combat Club and the the Dark Order were fighting in the back, and then it spills out to the arena as the match ended, and then here is Hanger in the middle of the ring. Here comes the Blackpool Combat Club, and as they come in, the Elite pop in right behind Hanger. Hanger doesn't know they're there. That was the whole shtick. He didn't know they're there. Mm-hmm. And then the entire Blackpool Combat Club retreats. And I absolutely love this, because now you really have a completely different storyline with Hangman that I was not prepared to have yet in my mind, and here it is.
Yeah. In a way, they're handling three things at once here, right? They're taking the Elite away from the Trios title.
Yep.
You're giving Hanger something to do. And you're potentially also breaking off the Dark Order, who, if they have a Stu Grayson, can legitimately just keep feuding with the BCC in banger matches for the next 2 months, right? Keep them both busy. That's good booking all around.
Or you finally get the Elite going up against the Blackpool Combat Club too.
You could have that's the capability of it too. I mean, I feel like you want to start the path of having Kenny's going to be in the mix for the title at some point in the next year, right? And I feel like the Young Bucks are sooner rather than later going to be in the tag title picture, especially with FTR where they are right now, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the all out match. I know you want to see Dark Order FTR at all out. I feel it's Bucks FTR 2 in front of people at all out.
Yeah.
That's the match.
I mean, I wouldn't complain at that match at all.
Do you think it's Hanger coalescing with the Elite or nay?
I don't know. Like that's the beautiful thing. Now he's got his old friends and his current old friends.
His older friends.
Yeah, his older friends and his old friends are now he's like in a friend triangle, like a love triangle, but it's a friend triangle. I know they hinted at it when he was on the banana phone on being the Elite,
right?
That there's two photos, and somebody zoomed in on him. One was with him in the Dark Order, and one was him with the Elite. So, and he turned the one around with the Elite. That was the one he turned around.
Yeah.
So I could see him joining back up with those guys because he is in a better mental place.
Mm-hmm.
And everything like that, and then turning his back on the Dark Order, which could send them spiraling or could make them into something different.
And either one of those things, I don't mind. I mean, I feel like they've played the he's keeping them at arm's distance, uncomfortable thing. They've played the tentative kind of, annoyance between everybody. They've gone full versus with Hanger and the Elite,
Yeah.
So they've gone all levels of it. I'm interested to see what they do with it. I hope they don't just brush it off and, which they may.
They're all faces right now. That's the thing.
I don't think they're going to put him against it, but I think it's a tentative arrangement at best.
What do you think about this? There is a certain person returning in St. Louis that would look great wearing BCC stuff.
Ooh.
Then they have 4, and then you have 4 over here.
Cole and the BCC. I mean, the N is there with Claudio. We know this.
Yeah, so then you have those 4 going against these 4, and then you can easily digress it down to singles and tag team matches. No problem. Then you can have Omega and you could do Omega Cole, but I'd rather have Cole Hanger.
You'll have Omega Mox. Is what you'll have.
Yeah,
we've had that before, but it's whatever. It's good.
Yes, please. Like
we had
every
that
time
we had the first Double or Nothing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the death match, the very first one. That
Double or Nothing. Yeah.
That was rough to watch.
It was stiff. It was Japanese folding table stiff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God. Cole. I love Adam Cole as a wrestler in general, right?
Yeah, same. Always have.
I think he is best in a faction of sorts. Fish is gone. O'Reilly's long term to get fully healed, right? He's actually
he's out for like a year.
Oh yeah. He was really. I think he had to have multiple surgeries too. So his closest options aren't there. I don't feel like the whole super elite thing. They kind of, even when they did it, they teased it. He's not really for that, right? The whole him getting beaten out of the Bullet Club and then getting murdered on BTE is so ingrained in the ethos of his character in AEW and in their characters in AEW. It makes sense to have him against them at some point because we'll eventually get Cole Kenny.
Yes.
And that's a match that oh my God, it's like we got to travel wherever that is.
Yeah, that sells tickets.
I never thought of him in the BCC though.
And maybe he's not in it, he's just helping out. You know what I mean? Like they need a 4th
affiliate. Kind of like Hanger was not really in the Dark Order sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, hey, you want to go against these guys? I'm in.
Right.
You know, that type of thing.
Claudio's like, I got a guy. Let me see,
Yeah, then, that's it. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we don't get to see Adam Cole live wrestle next week in Kansas City.
Don't remind me.
I know. Hopefully he'll be there. He was actually sick this week, so he got like a real bad cold over the weekend.
That sucks.
I know that because I follow him on Twitch. He came back on Monday at Twitch. And it's still hoarse, and it's like I had to, had to let you guys know where I've been. And it's like, holy crap, you sound terrible. So, yeah, he played the Resident 4 demo. By the way, have you?
I beat Hogwarts.
Oh yeah, nice. Did you ever unlock? Did you unlock the secret chainsaw mode in RE4 demo?
No, not yet. I just played it once.
Ridiculous, dude. I saw a couple streamers try it. It's insane.
Nice. That's awesome.
Anyway, we won't have Adam Cole next week, but we will have a lot to talk about because Dynamite's going to be here. We're going to see it live. We had flirted the idea of doing two things: either just going on later whenever we get home, or doing a makeshift live in the parking lot. Jamie really wants to do it in the parking lot. I really don't.
I know you don't, but I think it'd be hilarious because we're like, hey, like with other fans, like, and partially drunk, whatever, it's fine. People love it.
We might do a little both. We might do a quick little reactionary thing and then maybe get home and actually tape something. And we will let you guys know. We will definitely be on after Dynamite next week. So the best way to follow us is on Twitter or on here, the little notification bell. If you're following us on YouTube,
Ding,
follow us on YouTube. If you're listening to us on Spotify, of course we will have everything. Everything airs up on Spotify shortly after we're done with it live. Just it won't be live, but we will absolutely let you know for sure. We still haven't made up our minds, so.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll do something one way or the other, both. I don't know.
We'll probably just do the smart way and just wait till we get home. But I just think it'd be a lot of fun.
That's probably what will happen. But we might not do it, or we might have something in between. Who knows, right?
Who knows?
Who? Have you picked your bracket yet, by the way, Jamie?
Absolutely.
Do you have Kansas winning it all?
No, not at all.
Oh, you went with your head, not your heart.
Draw. I always do. That's why I win in fantasy football all the time, because I never pick with my heart.
Know. Well, I couldn't help it. I know this is not going to happen, but I had to pick a Missouri bracket. I had to.
Oh, you're.
I'm a homer. Hey, we haven't been in the fucking tournament for like 4 years. I have you bouncing in the first round. I think that I told you this. I believe if we win the first round, I think we're going to go on a run. Elite Eight. I think.
No way.
Anyway, I feel that I feel like either we're gonna get bounced out of the first round or we're gonna make it deep. I don't think there's any in between.
Yep, I have Bama making it. I have Bama winning it all.
I really wanted to put Marquette winning it all. I just got a feeling.
Shaka Smart, man.
I just got a feeling about Marquette, man. I got a feeling about Marquette.
I have the Final Four.
Yeah, I look at the Houston bracket's the one that
I had them losing early, actually, because they're missing their number one guy.
Yeah,
whatever.
I put him into the Sweet 16.
Odds are all over him.
And I probably shouldn't have. I also have Kansas losing in the second round. I just feel like it's a bad matchup with Arkansas. They'll probably win it, but I put Texas out of that. I have Texas, UCLA, Marquette, and Missouri, although it'll probably be Alabama.
Yeah, that's fair.
Honestly.
All right.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, that's our March Madness special portion of the show, guys.
So before we go, I do have a quick shout out, a little good luck, sending a little good luck to one of our near and dear friends. She is over in Japan with her tag team partner Max the Impaler. They're going up against Maki Ito.
Maki Ito! I did it this time.
And then and Yamashita. They are going for the Princess World Champions. They are defending him against Ito and Yamashita. So good luck to them protecting the Princess Championships. Good luck, Wasteland War Party. Pulling for you.
Please. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. We love us Maki Ito over here. We're excited to see Yamashita when she does come to the States for sure. But we are Wasteland War Party proud through and through.
Absolutely.
Until Maki Ito's in front of me, then I'm 100% Maki Ito simp. I'm sorry.
Dude, it's gonna be tough watching her face Heidi. Like I'm like, I love you,
I'm-
Heidi, but this is something I've been wanting to see.
I'm
for the
wearing my
past 3
Maki Ito
years.
shirt to the show when we go to Denver, and Heidi's going to give it to me. This will also be the third time that I've seen her wrestle and worn the shirt of her competitor. If I do that, so it's kind of a trend I have to keep up.
I typically wear one of our shirts, and I probably will again. We'll see.
I got the hat, so we'll make it work. We are going. That's it. So that's going to be in just a couple weeks here. So in the beginning of April, we're going to be in Denver. We'll let you guys know how that went as well. As a final reminder, do the same. Support local wrestling. Get out there. Watch some independent wrestling. Unless you're in Kansas City and you don't have many options, you just drive somewhere. St. Louis, short drive away. If you got a couple hour drive, it's worth it, no matter where you are.
Des Moines, not that far. Let's do it.
Des Moines is good. I mean, there's stuff if you're down south. Texas is a lot of good stuff. You got stuff in Tennessee and Georgia. And
the original trio could be back to be able to make these road trips. Young Boy might be back in the fold.
Potentially.
Not the show, but yeah.
Oh no, we're not young boy with a microphone. No, we're not giving him that much power. But we could bring it to some shows. That'd be fun.
Yes, I make him drive so I could sleep.
I know, right? Okay, cool. So next week, same bat time or same bat channel. Well, we don't know about the time yet.
It could be a Joker time.
We will definitely have something next week. Like I said, more than likely, it's going to be just the same, but a little bit later. But regardless, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you giving us your time. Jamie, take us home, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not down till Spotfest, I have 3 words for you.
Yeah.
More Stu Grayson.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace.